Breaking news that could change your financial situation overnight. Are you struggling to make ends meet on your Social Security checks? What would an extra $2,000 do for you right now? Imagine paying off those medical bills, fixing that leaky roof, or simply not having to choose between medicine and groceries this month. The relief millions of seniors have been desperately waiting for may finally be here. With inflation at record highs and prescription costs soaring, this emergency funding couldn't come at a more critical time. Before I dive into all the details about this game-changing stimulus bill, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm bringing you the latest financial news that affects seniors and Social Security recipients first, and you don't want to miss out on information that could put thousands of dollars in your pocket. Also, smash that like button if you're excited about the possibility of financial relief. And leave a comment below sharing how this stimulus would help your situation. I read every comment and respond to as many as I can. Good day, everyone. This is Edward with breaking news that's sending shockwaves through Washington and bringing hope to millions of Americans living on fixed incomes. After months of heated debate and political gridlock, Congress has finally reached a breakthrough that many thought would never happen. The new stimulus plan, officially titled the Senior Financial Security Act, has cleared both houses of Congress and is now heading to the President's desk for signature. This landmark legislation includes a one-time $2,000 direct payment specifically targeted at low-income seniors and Social Security recipients. But what exactly qualifies as low income under this bill? And when can you expect to see this money in your account? According to the bill's language, individuals with an annual income below $30,000 and couples filing jointly with incomes under $60,000 will qualify for the full $2,000 payment. There's also a partial payment structure for those with slightly higher incomes, gradually phasing out at $45,000 for individuals and $90,000 for couples. But here's what makes this different from previous stimulus efforts. This one specifically prioritizes those on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and veterans benefits. You might be wondering, why is this happening now? The answer lies in the crushing inflation we've experienced over the past several years. While Social Security has seen cost of living adjustments, they simply haven't kept pace with the real-world increases in housing, healthcare, and food costs. Congressional leaders from both parties finally acknowledged this reality after months of grassroots pressure from senior advocacy groups. Let's take a moment to understand just how dire the situation has become for those living on fixed incomes. The most recent cost of living adjustment, COLA for Social Security, was 2.7% for 2025, following a 3.2% increase in 2024. While these adjustments might sound reasonable on paper, the reality is that the Consumer Price Index used to calculate COLA doesn't accurately reflect the types of expenses seniors face. Healthcare costs alone have increased by nearly 6% in the past year, and prescription medication prices continue to outpace general inflation by a significant margin. For those on SSI, the situation is even more challenging. The maximum federal SSI payment in 2025 is only $979 per month for individuals and $1,469 for couples, amounts that fall well below the federal poverty line. How is anyone expected to survive on this, especially in high-cost areas? And with the asset limit for SSI still frozen at $2,000 for individuals and $3,000 for couples, limits that haven't changed since 1989, recipients are forced to live in perpetual poverty with no ability to save for emergencies. SSDI recipients face their own unique challenges. The average SSDI benefit is currently around $1,550 per month, but many receive far less. And let's not forget the notorious SSDI cliff, where recipients who earn just $1 over the substantial gainful activity limit, currently set at $1,550 per month, risk losing their entire benefit. This creates a poverty trap that discourages people from attempting to return to work, even part-time. But let's address the question on everyone's mind: when will the money arrive? According to Treasury Department officials, the distribution could begin as soon as 30 days after the president signs the bill into law. For those who have direct deposit information on file with the IRS or Social Security Administration, you'll likely see the funds first. Paper checks may take an additional 2-3 weeks to arrive. What's particularly noteworthy about this legislation is that it comes with no strings attached. Unlike some previous relief programs, recipients will have complete freedom to use these funds however they see fit, whether that's catching up on bills, making home repairs, or covering medical expenses that have been put off due to financial constraints. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking: is this going to affect my regular Social Security benefits or tax situation? The good news is that these stimulus payments will not count as income for determining eligibility for other federal programs. Additionally, the bill specifically classifies these payments as non-taxable income, meaning you won't owe taxes on this money when filing your returns next year. There's also a significant development buried within this legislation that could impact future benefits. The bill includes a provision directing the Social Security Administration to recalculate how the COLA is determined, potentially using the Consumer Price Index for the elderly, CPIE, rather than the current CPIW. This change, if implemented, would better reflect the spending patterns of older Americans, particularly on healthcare and housing, and could lead to more adequate COLAs in the future. Another critical component of this legislation addresses the Medicare Part B premium issue. As many of you know, Medicare Part B premiums have been rising steadily, eating into Social Security increases. For 2025, the standard Part B premium is $185.30 per month, a significant portion of many beneficiaries' monthly checks. This new bill includes a special provision freezing Part B premium increases for 2 years, which means your Social Security COLA won't be immediately consumed by higher Medicare costs. The bill also takes aim at the Social Security earnings test, which currently reduces benefits for those who haven't reached full retirement age, but continue to work. Under the new legislation, the threshold will be raised significantly, allowing early retirees to earn more without penalty, a particularly important change given the financial pressures many are facing. For those receiving SSI, there's a meaningful change to the resource limit coming. While not eliminating it entirely, the bill raises the asset limit to $10,000 for individuals and $15,000 for couples, the first significant increase in over 3 decades. This means recipients can finally have a modest emergency fund without losing their benefits. But here's something crucial you need to know: while most eligible recipients will receive their payments automatically, there may be some who fall through the cracks, particularly those who haven't filed taxes in recent years and don't receive federal benefits. If you know someone in this situation, they may need to complete a simple online form through the IRS website to claim their payment. There's also been confusion about how this affects seniors in care facilities or those who have representative payees handling their benefits. The legislation includes specific provisions ensuring that these payments go directly to the beneficiary, not to nursing homes or financial representatives. This is an important protection that wasn't clearly defined in previous stimulus programs. We also need to address the elephant in the room: the looming Social Security funding shortfall. The latest trustees report indicates that, without legislative changes, the Social Security Trust Fund will be depleted by 2035, potentially leading to a 20% cut in benefits. Has the stimulus bill addressed this longer-term concern? While it doesn't solve the fundamental funding issues, it does include a provision establishing a bipartisan commission tasked with developing sustainable solutions to ensure Social Security's long-term solvency. I've been speaking with financial advisors about the best ways to maximize the impact of this one-time payment. Many suggest creating a priority list of needs versus wants, focusing first on essential medications, outstanding utility bills, and critical home repairs that might pose safety issues. Once those immediate needs are addressed, consider setting aside a portion for future emergency expenses. For those who depend on SNAP benefits, formerly food stamps, there's good news as well. The stimulus payment will not count as income for SNAP eligibility purposes, nor will it count against the resource limits for determining continued eligibility. This means you can receive your stimulus without worrying about losing food assistance. The legislation also addresses a long-standing issue for widows and widowers. Currently, when a spouse dies, the surviving spouse can only receive the higher of their own benefit or their deceased spouse's benefit, not both. While this bill doesn't completely solve this problem, it does include a modest increase in survivor benefits, providing a small but meaningful boost to those who have lost their partners. Some of you have asked about the windfall elimination provision, WEP, and government pension offset, GPO, which reduce Social Security benefits for those who receive certain government pensions. This legislation doesn't eliminate these provisions, but it does modify them to reduce their impact, providing some relief to affected retirees. So what happens next? The President is expected to sign this bill within the coming days, setting the distribution process in motion. I'll be keeping a close eye on developments and will update you immediately as new information becomes available. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your financial well-being. Have you started planning how you'll use your stimulus payment? Do you think this relief is enough to make a meaningful difference for seniors on fixed incomes? And what about these other changes to Social Security, SSI, and SSDI? Which ones do you think will have the biggest impact on your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and often use your questions as inspiration for future videos. Thank you for watching this important update. If you found this information valuable, please share it with friends and family members who might qualify for this relief. Until next time, this is your name reminding you to stay informed, stay safe, and take care of your financial health. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any updates about this stimulus payment or other financial news affecting seniors. Also, check out my previous videos on maximizing your Social Security benefits and protecting yourself from financial fraud. I've linked them in the description below. If you have specific questions about how these changes might affect your personal situation, drop them in the comments, and I'll try to address them in my next video. Together, we can navigate these complex systems and ensure you're getting every dollar you deserve. Until next time.